Today I back my little goat willow that has been growing pretty well so far, but as you can see here, it's shutting down for winter. This tree germinated itself in one of my pots back in 2017 and I've been growing it ever since. In November it's pretty much dormant, but there seems to be a few leaves still holding on. I've actually been leaving the really low branch to try and give the trunk some thickness. It's obviously in a tiny pot, so it's never going to get massive, but I'm sure the long branch will help. In December there's not much going on, but at least we can see the structure now. For a young tree, it's actually coming along nicely. It likes to grow small, thin branches, which is pretty ideal. In February, it's time to prune it up and get it ready for spring. I didn't do anything drastic. I just removed anything that was dead or in weird places and then shortened everything else back. Most of the growth is alright, so there's not really much to do. I then obviously left the lower branch alone as I'm wanting it to thicken up and help things. So now all I have to do is wait for it to wake up and then I can repot it. In March, it's still very much asleep, but it will wake up soon. There's one or two buds starting to show some sign of life. But a few weeks later, it's very much waking up, so it's time to repot it. You can see here there's buds about to open. I just started by trying to get it out of the pot. It's pretty tight in there, but a little squeeze and running a knife around the edge loosened it up enough for it to come out easy enough. And you can see here there's plenty of roots. The bottom of the root ball is taking shape of the pot. There's actually a few stones on the bottom, so I just removed those and then tried to break this root ball apart and get the soil out. Quite tightly packed, but it came apart pretty easily. Nothing a little raking couldn't fix. After a while I was left with this. It's not the best, but it's also not the worst. It's still a young tree, so I'm not really worried. It has plenty of years to go before it's developed. And what we have here is a good start. I then just started trimming everything back and trying to balance everything out. After trimming, it looks a little better. It's still not the best, but I can certainly work with this. It's already getting a little bit of flair at the base, which hopefully that sacrificial branch will now add to over the next few years or so. I then just piled it back up on the same pot. It's not ideal, but it seems happy enough in there for now. In April, everything just opened up and it's waking up properly. You wouldn't even be able to tell it's been repotted recently. In May it seems happy enough and is growing nicely. It's the same in June. It seems like everything is fine. There doesn't look like much change in July, but it's not really growing quickly. But I guess it's still recovering from that root pruning, and it is healthy, so that's all that matters. And there's a close-up of the base, where you can see that sacrificial branches. some of the trunk flares hidden underneath the soil, but we'll see it properly in the future. And here it is in August. Again, it's not too much growth going on, but this summer wasn't great. We had quite a lot of rain, but so long as it's healthy, that's all that matters. The growth will come with time. In September it's stopped growing for the year, but I'm happy enough with its progress so far. And here we are now, where it's starting to slowly shut down for the year. Thanks for watching, see you next time.